Hello dear students, this is Business Research Methods and Project Work course tutorial, tutorial 3.3. The topic is measurement scales. The learning objectives are to understand the concept measurement, to understand the meaning of scale, and to learn various types of measurement scales. Well, before proceeding, these questions are presented to you. You need to post your answer in my Google Classroom. Suppose following questions are asked in various researches. The questions are, first question is, what is your occupation? Then, what is your age? Third question, how do you rate your satisfaction after using our company's product? Rating points in 1 to 10, where 1 for the very dissatisfied and 10 for the very satisfied. Question 4. How do you prefer among the following alternative investment options? So investment options number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I'm not giving name of any investment schemes here. Rank 1 for the most preferred and 4 for the lowest preferred. Now, what you need to do? You need to answer what measurement scale is going to be applied in responses to the above questions. So this you need to state, and these things we are going to discuss now. Till now, I have discussed questionnaire designing, then item writing. Now I am going to discuss about measurement scales. Now, the concept of measurement, you need to understand. Measurement means assigning numbers or other symbols to characteristics of objects according to certain pre-specified rules. In marketing research and other, numbers are usually assigned for one of two reasons. The reasons are: number permit statistical analysis of the resulting data. Now you know about statistical analysis. There are various statistical techniques, right, from say central tendency, things like average, calculation of average, that is mean, median, mode, then dispersion, variation. Then there are various other statistical techniques. Now number permit to use this statistical technique. Another reason is numbers facilitate the communication of measurement rules and result. So this is another reason for which numbers are assigned for the purpose of measurement. Now here another things you need to be clear, that not only numbers but sometimes there may be symbols also that are used for for measurement purpose. Like you are quite familiar with the review things. If you visit any online shopping site, there say you are searching a product and you want to know the review of that particular product. So there you will notice that the reviews are stated in some stars. Okay, say there may be 5 stars, there may be 10 stars. So whatever the stars are colored, that is the review for that particular product or that particular that service. Now again, in my early tutorial I have shown you that how useful the email is to you, and there are some graphical items like smileys are given, so smiley faces are given, so those are use of symbols. Now through those use of symbols, measurement can be done. The rules for assigning numbers should be standardized and applied uniformly. So why it should be standardized? Because what I mean by that number, the same need to be understood by you and other readers also, and therefore it should be standardized and applied uniformly. They must not change over objects or time. Now another term related to measurement is scaling. So scaling, this is an extension of measurement. Scaling involves creating a continuum upon which measured objects are located. A scale is a continuum consisting of the highest point in terms of some characteristics, for example, preference, favorableness, etc., and the lowest point along with several intermediate points between these two extreme points. Thus, the term scaling means the procedure for attempting to determine quantitative measures of subjective abstract concept. Now, say when I say subjective abstract concept, say uh, we may talk about intelligence, people's intelligence. Now intelligence, that is quite subjective, because intelligence, it has various dimensions or various aspects. Like we may talk about intelligence in, say, how better the person is in mathematics, then how good the person is in communication ability, how good the person is in coping up with changing environment. So there may be different dimensions or aspects of intelligence. Now, to measure that intelligence, what we can do, we can give some points, or we can give some, as we already talked about, use of numbers. So there is, scaling. Say that intelligence, now the scale is given, that measure within or out of 100. So the raters, they need to give points out of 100. So it may be 10, it may be 20, it may be 100 out of 100, it may be 50 out of 100. So based on that, we understand the intelligence of the person. Now that is called scaling. And the word continuum, as I already told you, that from 1 to 100, if that much point is given for the raters to rate, then 1 to 100, so there are many number of points, 1 2 3 4 5, or it may be in points also, in decimal points also. So that is called a continuum. Scaling has been defined as a procedure for the assignment of numbers or other symbols to a property of objects in order to impart some of the characteristic of numbers to the properties in question. Suppose the researcher want to measure the satisfaction level of customers towards a service, and therefore respondents are asked to indicate the satisfaction level in a scale of 1 to 7. So what is the continuum? The continuum say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now where 1 is equal to extremely dissatisfied and 7 equal to extremely satisfied, and other numbers are in between 1 and 7. Now here you see there are various types of scale. So in this particular tutorial, I'm going to talk about various types of primary scales. There are many other scaling techniques, so that I will cover in another tutorial. So here I'll basically discuss the primary scales. Now the primary scales are nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale, and ratio scale. Now what is a nominal scale? A nominal scale is a figurative labeling scheme in which the numbers serve only as labels or tags for identifying and classifying objects. Nominal scale possesses the characteristics of description only. It is the lowest level of measurement. The numbers assigned in nominal scale cannot be added, subtracted, multiplied, or divided. It means the numbers are used only for for description purpose or for labeling purpose. So those numbers used in nominal scale, those are non-numeric characteristics. So here say the example, say this question is asked to a respondent, are you married? And the responses categories are given. 1, yes. 2, no. Now say the 1, so that can be also considered as a code for yes. Now when the researcher or the investigator is going to enter the data in some, say, software, nowadays various statistical software are used by researchers for easy calculation or easy application of statistical technique. Now there they need to enter the data in say in numbers most of the time. Now say yes, this response code is 1 and no, the response code is 2. Now this 1 and 2, if you are going to add, subtract, multiply or divide, then there will be no meaning for this data. So what you can do, you can only count this data. How many yes are coming for merit and how many no response are coming for merit. So from that you can calculate how many respondents are merit respondents and how many respondents are non-merit respondents. So that you can find out through the use of this scale. Now here you see another example is given, a table I have presented in front of you. Now in the table you see the first column is name of the student. Then the second column, students class roll number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now assume that there are 10 students, or the 10 students are from roll number 1 to 10. These are covered as respondent. Now this 1, 2, 3, 4, these roll numbers, these are not assigned based on their merit or based on their performance in exam. These are just allotted based on who take admission earlier. So this 1, 2, 3, 4. So who is 1? The name of the student is Kajal. Then roll number 2, name of the student is Lurin. Then Hema, Sapan, Hriday. So these are their names. Then their roll numbers are given. So this roll number you can itself consider as a nominal scale, because these numbers 1, that is Kajal, and roll number 10, that is Rose, this is not indicating that Kajal is superior to Rose. This is only for identification of that particular student in the classroom. Then see, in the third column, the gender is given. It is male, female, female, male. So this way, this is presented in the table. And if the researcher wants, then he or she can code this gender category also. So say male for 1, then female for 2. Here again I am telling you that 1, that is male student, is not indicating that male is superior to female. Okay, so this is only for classification. 1, that code is used for male. 2, that is used for female. Now this help in for statistical application if numbers are used for the characteristics possessed by the objects. Next, I'm going to discuss ordinal scale. An ordinal scale, so from the name or from the term you can guess order. So maintaining an order, or there is an arrangement. So it may be an ascending order, or it may be a descending order, or it may be some other order also. Now an ordinal scale is a ranking scale in which numbers are assigned to objects to indicate the relative extent to which the objects possess some characteristics. So you keep note that to indicate the relative extent to which the objects possess some characteristics. This scale allows the researcher to determine whether an object has more or less of a characteristics than some other objects. However, the magnitude of difference between objects cannot be measured with ordinal scale. The ordinal scale data can be converted into nominal scale data, but not the other way round. So this scale is one step ahead to nominal scale. Now here you see the example. Rank the following attributes of laptop that you preferred while taking decision to purchase one. Give rank for the most preferred feature, 2 for the second most preferred feature, and similarly to the rest, where the last rank to be given for the least preferred feature or attribute. Now see, I am bringing the earlier example again. This table, the first column is showing students class roll number. As I already told you that roll number 1 is not indicating that roll number 1 is having good performance in exam, then roll number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These roll numbers are allotted only on the basis of who is taking admission earlier, who is taking admission later. Then the second column is presenting the gender of the student, that is male, female, female, male, female. So these are their gender. Then the third column is presenting the code for different genders, that is male for 1, female for 2. Sorry, 1 for male, 2 for female. And see, the third is female and therefore the code is 2. The fourth is also female, therefore the code is 2. Fifth is male, therefore the code is 1. So 1 for male and 2 for female. Then see here the third column, the fourth column. The first column, that is nominal scale. The second column, that is nominal scale. Third column, that is nominal scale. And fourth column, see the title of the column, rank of the student based on overall score obtained in final exam out of 500. So what is the rank obtained by the student in final exam? So the rank is given. So you know that whose performance is better. That means who will score more out of 500. So highest scorer will get rank 1. Then second highest will get rank 2. Third highest will get rank 3. So in this way, the rank is allotted to all the 10 students. Now here you see roll number 1, the student secured third rank. Who is securing first rank? First rank is secured by roll number 5. But this is ordinal scale, that because the order is given or the rank, the secured, it is given. But from this data you cannot find out the difference, how much difference is there between, say, first rank holder and second rank holder. So what is the difference in their score? So that is not stated in ranking scale or in ordinal scale. So this is a limitation of ordinal scale, and that's why there are some other options or other scale also through which those type of information or data can be covered. Now this is interval scale. In an interval scale, numerically equal distances on the scale represent equal values in the characteristics being measured. Interval scale allows the researcher to measure the differences between objects and compare them. This kind of scale is most appropriate when the researcher wants to collect state of behavior, state of intention, or certain kind of state of being data. In marketing research, attitudinal data obtained from rating scales are often treated as interval data. All statistical techniques which can be applied to nominal scale and ordinal scale, that is ordinal data, can be employed to analyze interval scale measurement also. Besides this, many other statistical techniques can be employed to analyze interval scale related data, including range, mean, standard deviation, product movement correlation, t-test, ANOVA, regression, factor analysis, etc. So what you need to learn? That you need to learn that interval scale, so this measurement scale is a higher order measurement scale than nominal scale and ordinal scale. So we will see the example again, the earlier example. Here in the table, the first column is student's class roll number. So there is a mistake in the spelling. It should be student's class roll number. So already I told you this is nominal scale. Then the gender, so gender of the respective student, male, female, female, male. So these are given. So this is nominal scale. Then if the gender is coded in 1 and 2, so two genders are stated here in this particular study. So 1 for male and 2 for female. So this is again nominal scale. Then see the fourth column that I have already discussed in while discussing ordinal scale. This is rank based on scores obtained in final exam. So this is ordinal scale. See the fifth column. This fifth column is now stating the scores that is secure or obtained by the students out of 500 marks. So here you see in while discussing ordinal scale, there I told you that from ordinal scale you cannot find out the difference in the magnitude. Okay. So how much difference is there in the scores obtained by rank 1 student and rank 2 student, that is not possible to find out with the help of ordinal scale. So from which scale you can find? If the researcher is using interval scale or if the researcher is collecting such type of data, then only the magnitude of difference can be found out. Now here you see in fifth column it is given, the data is given. The one who secure first rank, that student is obtaining 450 out of 500 marks, total 500 marks. Then see, roll number 6 obtained 440. So this is the second highest mark after 450, and therefore roll number 6 secure rank 2 in the class out of the 10 student. So this data that you are noticing in column 5th, so these are measured in interval scale. Now somebody may obtain only say mark 1 out of 500. Somebody may obtain say 100 marks out of 500. So their difference can be find out. Now see roll number who secure rank 1 and who secure rank 2, what is the difference in the scores obtained by them? There is 10 marks difference. Again you see what is the difference between rank 1 and rank 3. Rank 1 is obtaining 450 marks, rank 3 is obtaining 400 marks. So the difference is 50 marks. So from between rank 1 and 2 there is a difference of 10 marks, but between rank 1 and 3 there is a difference of 50 marks. So this data you can find out because the researcher is using this interval scale, or this interval scale is used while collecting the data. Now let's discuss about ratio scale, and this scale is called the highest order or highest level scale, and that's why the statistical techniques that can be applied in other three levels of scale, that is nominal scale, then ordinal scale and interval scale, all these can be applied in case of ratio scale. And besides those statistical techniques, more techniques can be used in ratio scale data. Now what is a ratio scale? A ratio scale possesses all the properties like assignment, that is assignment that was related to nominal scale, assigning the numbers for measurement purpose, but in nominal scale that assignment is only for description or for labeling purpose. Then order, so this is particularly related to that ordinal scale, so this is applicable in case of ratio scale also. Then distance, so this can be measured in interval scale and that's why it can be measured in ratio scale also. Then origin, which was not present in nominal scale, ordinal scale and interval scale, but this is present only in case of ratio scale, and that's why it is called highest order scale. Now ratio scale, it has an absolute 0 point. Height, weight, age, money, so these things are measured in ratio scale. It can be measured in other scale also, but if there's a measured in ratio scale, then more and more information can be collected from the respondents. Now ratio scale is the most sophisticated of all scales, and it enables the researcher not only to identify the absolute differences between each scale point, but also to make absolute comparisons between the responses. It is also meaningful to compute ratios of scale values. In marketing, sales, cost, market share, and number of customers are variables often measured on ratio scale. All statistical techniques can be applied to ratio scales based data. Now, ratio scale allows only proportionate transformation of the form, that is y is equal to bx. So this is in statistical language. Now see the table. Again repeating, student's class roll number, that is nominal scale, then the gender of the student, that is nominal scale, then the coding allotted to different types of gender, that is again nominal scale, then another information of students, that is the respondents are collected, that is age in years and months. So it is a roll number 1 is 15.5 years, that means 15 years and 6 months old. Then roll number 2 is 16 years old, roll number 3 is 16 and a half years old, then roll number 4 16.2 years, roll number 5 16 years. So this way their age are also given. Now this age of students or respondents are measured in ratio scale. But suppose, say, in which age category or in which age group they falls, if the age group would have been indicated, that time that is not measured in ratio scale. Rather, you can say that is an ordinal scale or nominal scale data. Now see, what are the statistical techniques you can use? In case of nominal data or in case of nominal scale data, only counting can be done. Neither addition nor subtraction, neither multiplication nor division can be performed in case of nominal scale. There is no meaning of calculation of average in case of nominal scale data. So only counting. That means how many numbers. Now here you see in this data how many male students are present. So from code 1 is equal to 6, that is given. So code 1, that means male. So in the classroom there are 6 male student and 4 female student, as 2 is indicating female. Then in case of this ratio scale data, what you can do, you can calculate average age of the students of the class. Then you can arrange the students based on the lowest age and highest age. So in that way also it can be arranged. That means if the data are measured in ratio scale, in other scales also it can be measured. Say, as I already told you, if age that is measured in here, it is measured in ratio scale, so this data can be arranged or this data can be ordered. That means ordinal scale statistical techniques can be also used with this data. Then rank based scores obtained. So in this case the rank of the students are presented, and there you can arrange the student based on the rank secured. Say first rank secured by roll number 5, so 5 can be bring to the highest position. Then the one who secure the 10th rank, so he or she, that means that respondent should come to the lowest level. So arrangement or order, it can be arranging order or it can be ascending order or descending order. In this two way the data can be arranged. Then in case of interval scale, here you see the scores, the last column. In case of interval scale, the total can be calculated, because how much the total score obtained by the student, then average mark obtained in the class, that can be calculated, then the lowest you can find out, the highest you can find out, you can find out the range, or you can find out the difference, you can find out the variation in the marks. So these statistics you can apply with interval scale. Now in conclusion, so this is a summary table. So this table is presenting various types of scale, then characteristics of the scale, examples, and permissible statistical techniques. So nominal scale, as we have already discussed, the numbers are used to label and classify objects. Say, in example, we have discussed about the uh, students of the class, and there the name of the student that can be, um, or the class roll number that can be considered as nominal scale. So examples like marital status, gender, then different types of brands. So if these are if this type of responses are sought through questionnaire or other data collection tool, then that can be called as nominal scale. Now what is the permissible statistics? So permissible statistics like percentage, as I have shown you that what is the percentage of the male students present in the class, female student percentage present in the class, then mode, chi-square test, contingency coefficient, binomial test. So this can be applied in the case of nominal scale. Then next, ordinal scale. Here number indicate the relative position of the object, not the difference in the magnitude of the score. So in our example, we talk about the first rank, second rank, third rank, etc. So that is ranking or ordering the students. Then in example, say social class, then preference, ranking. These are examples of ordinal scale. Now permissible statistics are percentile, quartile, median, rank order correlation, treatment ANOVA, etc. Next you see interval scale. Now difference between the objects can be known through interval scale, but the ratio of the score has no meaning in case of interval scale data. And what can be measured? Attitudes, then opinion of the people. So this can be measured in interval scale. Permissible statistics, product moment, correlation coefficient, t-test, z-test, ANOVA, regression analysis, factor analysis. So these are statistical tools that can be applied in case of interval scale data besides the techniques that are used in ordinal scale data and nominal scale data. And ratio scale. So this is the highest measurement scale, and therefore all the statistical techniques that are used in other three scales of measurement can be applied in case of ratio scale also. So ratio of the value have a meaningful interpretation. And age, income of people, sales, cost. So these are measured, or this can be measured in ratio scale. And permissible statistics other than the nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale. So the permissible statistics are geometric means, harmonic means, and coefficient of variation. So with this, I'm going to wrap up this tutorial. These are the sources from where I have collected the information that I have presented in the slides. Thank you.